Pitiful. Embarrassing. Disgraceful. These are some of the words you can use to describe this Game 2 performance by the Miami Heat. Game's not over, but it is over. With that step back three for Marcus Smart, the Boston Celtics take a 30-point lead. Game is over. Spoelstra's not even going to try to put his starters in. This was a pathetic excuse of a basketball game for the Miami Heat. What an absolute joke. You come out here in Game 2, you start off well, all of a sudden, you take the first punch from the Celtics, and you have no response. Once Boston took that lead, Miami had no response, and they continued to play poor and poor and poor. Now, for Miami Heat offensively, I'll say this. As usual, Jimmy Butler showed up. Congrats to Jimmy Butler at 29 points. He did what he needed to do. Jimmy Butler showed up. You know who also showed up? Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent showed up and made an imprint in this game in some cases, especially in that third quarter where we looked like we could go on a run, but we didn't really do anything with it. So yeah, Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent showed up. Everyone else, pathetic. Pathetic. Absolutely disgraceful. Jason Tatum showed up, did his thing. Jaylen Brown showed up, did his thing. Grant Williams showed up, did his thing. But the difference maker was Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart came out here and was the complete difference maker in this game. It was crazy. The way he played, he legitimately was the difference maker for them. He was legitimately the difference maker for them. And he came out here and imposed this will in this game. 21 points that were very crucial for them. He came out here and did what he needed to do. Congrats to the Boston Celtics for winning Game 2. You tied this series, and we're going to be heading back to Boston, one apiece. You got the win you needed in Miami. Well done. But for the Heat, y'all were just pathetic. Besides Jimmy and Vincent, y'all were pathetic. Tyler Hero was absolutely embarrassing. The funny thing is, they showed him hitting all these three-point shots just before the game. He didn't do a damn thing in the game. He was pathetic. Victor Oladipo, once again, had a bad game. Looked terrible. Martin didn't do anything for us. Dedmon, I don't expect much from Dedmon, but he didn't really do anything there. Strus did nothing. Didn't do anything for you. These guys as a whole didn't do anything for you. But I think the person that really disappointed me the most, and who's the guy that's been disappointing me out of all the players so far in the playoffs, it's been Bam. I told you guys, Bam and Hero have to step up in this series if Miami is going to win. Bam's doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing offensively. Great defensive player. He's shown his defensive ability in this series and throughout the playoffs. But offensively, he's doing nothing. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Bam is really out here looking like Rudy Gobert. He's doing everything defensively, looking great defensively, bringing you nothing offensively. And the sad part is, we know what Bam can do offensively. He's just not being aggressive. How many times do we gotta tell this dude to be aggressive? I'm sure, bro, Jimmy's probably been in his ear. Spoelstra's probably been in his ear. Hell, Pat Riley's probably talked to this dude. Get aggressive. For the love of God, there are so many times where he has the mismatch and he just refuses to do anything with it. He's just looking to pass the ball. Pass it. At what point do you take the mismatch and say, I gotta be aggressive? Bam's doing nothing of the sorts. Absolutely nothing. It's pathetic. If Bam's going to play like this, we might actually not win this series. Because if he's not going to get aggressive, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It can't just be Jimmy doing it every single game. It really can't be Jimmy doing it every single game. Jimmy and Vincent were the only two people that showed up. No one else did anything. It's so bad that Duncan Robinson's getting minutes. Because it was just that pathetic. Miami came out here. They took a 10-point lead in the first quarter. That first timeout from the Celtics woke them up. They erased that lead. They end up going to take a double-digit lead, and then they just continue to build on that and build on that and build on that. Next thing you know, 29-point lead here, 27-point lead here. They go into halftime up 25. Nothing changes in the third quarter for the most part, except there was a moment where Miami went on a run. They went on a run, and it was around a 17-point game. And they had an opportunity to do something, and they just lost it. Why? Because Marcus Smart made the plays. And again, it was Jimmy just doing what Jimmy was doing, but no one else was really doing much. And Vincent was trying, which is why, again, he showed up, but no one else was doing anything. And it's pathetic. Really pathetic. Miami got absolutely crucified in this game, completely embarrassed. They got their teeth kicked in. It was sad. It was an absolute joke of a performance. They got blown out in their own house. It was sad. It was truly sad. And the game's still going on. Boston's up 31, 7 minutes left to go. Who gives a damn? This team played like a joke. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, it's game 2. Obviously, I expect Miami to respond in game 3. Obviously, I still believe it's going to be a 7-game series. But if this is how these guys are going to play, when you get a response like this, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you. You're going to need something else. It just can't be Jimmy. We can't be like Jimmy every single game. Jimmy's got to go for 30 plus. Jimmy's got to do this. Jimmy's got to do that. At some point, when is Bam going to step up? At some point, when is Tyler Hero going to step up? Tyler Hero in game 1 gave you 15 points in the first half, did nothing in the second half but 3 points. In this game today, he did nothing. He did nothing. You need Tyler Hero to set the tone. He's doing nothing. You need Bam to be aggressive. He's doing nothing. Well, I mean, damn, how you going to win a basketball game? You got Duncan Robinson in this game right now because Strus couldn't do anything, because Bam couldn't do anything, because Tyler Hero couldn't do anything, and it was only Jimmy. It was only Jimmy, and Vincent came alive in the third quarter. When you got your starters and your main scorers doing nothing, what do you do with that? I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad. Pathetic. That's all that has to be said here. Pathetic. Absolutely embarrassing. Bam wants to keep talking about he wants to be seen, he wants to be defensive player of the year. You're worried more about that than to do anything offensively. That's what is he. You keep talking about how you're not getting the respect you deserve as a defensive player, and I admit it. I'm not admitting it. I agree with you. I've said on several occasions, Bam needs to be in the conversation. Hell, I would pick him as a defensive player of the year just by how he played. But unfortunately, he just didn't have the games to do it. But for me, I'm just looking at this like, bro, you're so focused on defense, you're doing nothing offensively. Can you give me something offensively? 6 points, bro? Really? That's what you got? You got to do something offensively, dude. Something. At what point? I'm seeing this dude getting matched up. You have Grant Williams on him, and he's refusing to get aggressive in the drive. I mean, what in God's name can you do with that? You got this dude doing nothing for you offensively. You're not winning like that. He's doing nothing offensively for you. Really? And then Tyler Hero, he keeps talking about the disrespect he's getting, how he wants to be in the same conversation as a Luka and a Trey, yet he comes out and plays like this? Bro, you're not going to be in that conversation giving us 11 points. It don't matter, bro. You got to do better. You got to do better. Bam's got to do better offensively. Seriously. It can't just be Jimmy. Just be Jimmy. Somebody's got to do something. Such a shame. Such a shame. What an embarrassing performance by this team. Spoelstra, I think you really got to talk to these two. You got to talk to these two, man. You got to talk to these two. I need you, at the end of this game, go into the locker room. I don't know what y'all going to do, but go into the locker room before y'all head off to Boston. Head into the locker room and talk to these boys. Jimmy, if you got to do it, talk to these boys. But somebody needs to get in the head of Tyler Hero, and somebody needs to get in the head of Bam Adebayo. Because if these two continue to play as poorly as they played so far, especially Bam, we're not going to the finals. We're not. You can't play like this and beat the Celtics. You can't. You cannot. You absolutely cannot. You keep Tyler Hero's giving you nothing offensively, and then Bam at the same time is giving you nothing offensively. We're not going to the finals playing like that. You're not. You will lose this series if we play like that. Embarrassing performance. Absolutely. Not the end of the world. You can obviously make up for it in Game 3. I hope you make up for it in Game 3. Number one thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get something going offensively. It can't, on the offensive side, it can't just be Jimmy. Game 3, it can't just be Jimmy. I need to see more from Strus. I need to see Strus play the way he played in Game 1. Vincent played the way he played in Game 1. He brought it in Game 2. It was just no one else came alongside him and Jimmy. So I need more from Strus. I definitely need more from Strus. I need a lot more from Tyler Hero. I need a lot more from Bam. And we just got to get something going because the way we're playing right now, the way we played tonight was a joke. This was a terrible performance all around for this team. You're not going to the finals if you play like this. Simple as that. You are not advancing. You will not beat the Boston Celtics if Bam's going to play as soft as he's playing and Tyler Hero's not doing anything offensively. You're not. You're just not. As great as Jimmy Butler is, he's not going to be sitting here putting up 30, 35, 40 points and assume that it's just him carrying by himself. No, you have to show up. And you keep saying the right things. We got to show up. We got to do this. But no one's showing up. You got to get aggressive. Tyler Hero, for the love of God, get aggressive and find your shot, man. Get aggressive and find your shot. Bam! Just get aggressive. At least try. You're not even shooting the ball. Try. I have said it. If we're going to win this series, it comes down to those two guys. Because Jimmy's going to be Jimmy. But if you have no help, it's not going to matter. The series will come down to Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero's performance. And if they don't do anything, we're going home. It's as simple as that. You took this punch here in Game 2. First loss at home of the postseason. How do you respond on the road in Boston for Game 3? I can't wait to see it. With that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!